The following program is brought to you by Jack Miller.
It's Down to Business with Jack Miller. Forget what they teach you in school. This is real life, not Wall Street, but Main Street. A real show on what's really involved with starting and running a business, with all the ups and downs. Our guests will answer your questions and provide you with valuable information. Stay tuned and join in the conversation.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. This is Jack Miller again, along with my partner in, I don't want to say crime, in talk showing, Todd Cohen. How you doing, Todd?
Good, Jack. Great to be here,
Good.
as always.
I'm really, by the way, thank you for our previous guest on the show. It was great to have Brent on the show. People get in trouble, they need him. But really, our next guest is what the show is about. Can you put Ross on?
Hello.
Hey, Ross, it's Jack and Todd. How are you?
What's up, Jack and Todd? I'm doing well. I'm in California right now.
I know. I want to introduce you to the world. On the show, on the line from California, hopefully it's sunny California, is Ross Burrar. Ross owns and started a company called Dependable Packaging Solutions, which is a local Miami-based company. And Ross, really, you are what the show is about. It's about someone starting a business, surviving different economic times, and making it. And I want to talk about the process and the journey, if that's okay with you.
Sounds great.
First of all, how was the flight in from California? It was good?
Couldn't be better. We used our miles, so we got booted up to first class, and we were treated like kings.
Okay, good. So why don't you tell everyone first about Dependable Packaging Solutions and how did you start it up? Maybe give everyone a little background.
Originally, we were from New York, the big city, and I had a family member, an uncle of ours, who had a manufacturing company in Miami that manufactured corrugated boxes. So myself and my business partner, we worked for him for 7 to 8 years, and it was going down not the best path. So what we decided to do is we decided to start our own business, and we put our heads together, and we got every penny we had. We made a deal with the bank, and we started Dependable Packaging Solutions.
And what products do you sell, and how do you sell them?
Well, right now we're the largest distributor of packaging supplies in the state of Florida, privately owned. So we sell everything you need for packaging, whether it's bubble wrap, whether it's corrugated boxes, tape, all the janitorial supplies as well. So we are a total solution. So we go into our customers and we try to sell them A to Z and try to retain all their business.
Are you selling wholesale or retail or both?
We sell distribution as well as we sell manufacturers. Mm-hmm. So, if we do a lot of produce business. So if you have a company that grows tomatoes in Homestead, Florida, we would supply them with the boxes, the glue, everything they need to pack their produce.
The tape. How has the internet changed your business? In other words, when so many businesses have been affected and really have fallen by the wayside because things have become commodities, how have you guys changed, or how has the internet affected you, and what have you changed to do to stay competitive in this market?
The internet in general in our business is very important, but we have not done what we want to do. We're in the process right now of building the best website we could possibly build. So the strategy with the internet right now is that we're building a terrific website that's very easy to use. As well, we're going to have a portal on the website so our customers could order right online, and that seems to be the way to go.
So, do you think the internet has pilfered some of your customers, and have you lost customers, or a decent amount of it because of the internet, or it hasn't affected you that much?
I would say that it hasn't affected us that much, but we're getting to a point where everybody's jumping on board and building portals, and you have companies like Uline, which are national companies that, it's very simple to buy on. So what we really do is most of our marketing is pretty much salespeople on the road, basically going door to door and introducing themselves to prospective customers, and that's how right now we get most of our business.
Gotcha. The old just salespeople. What's the big challenge in your business? Is it personnel? Is it product? Is it margin compression? Distribution? What do you think the couple big challenges or big obstacles are at this time in your business?
Basically, competition. You have the market of South Florida, which is good, is growing. Growing faster than probably any economy in the country right now. So you have a lot of people that want to get out of New York or Chicago or, cold weather, Montreal or Canada. So you have a lot of businesses moving down. So there's really not a lot of space available. Not a lot of space to rent, which is good because that means there are companies in there that need our supplies. But competition's pretty fierce. Margins are pretty, intense as well because everybody's out there trying to cut each other's prices. So margins and just good employees, good employees that do their jobs.
How hard is it to get good salespeople?
Honestly, that's the hardest part of the business. Sales and packaging and boxes. It's not a sexy thing to graduate from a good college, University of Miami, and go on the streets and sell packaging supplies. So what happened is when we started Dependable Packaging, we already had 10 to 15 salespeople that were working for the current company that we were working for, but everyone jumped on board with us. The biggest thing with us is to keep the wind in the salespeople's sails. Keep people happy, keep people motivated, and sky's the limit.
Gotcha.
Hey, Ross, it's Todd. How you doing?
What's up, Todd?
A couple of questions. Dependable Packaging Solutions, which, by the way, for a little plug for your company, it really is a total solution for all of people's business needs. They're there when you need them. They do custom orders, and they're really good at what they do. They work in the produce industry, the floral industry, and then all of distribution and manufacturing industries and small warehouses and large warehouses all over the state and, frankly, all over the country. You're out in California right now shaking the branches and getting some business from over there. I know that, and that's great. You're largely in a distribution business, and you have your products manufactured for you, and you distribute them, so you have a warehouse. A lot of people aren't familiar with how the warehousing and distribution industries work and seldom get the opportunity to go in and tour a warehouse. Why don't you explain to our listeners, how you go out for site selection, what you need, what the trucking requirements are, how you maintain your trucking fleet. Do you lease? Do you own? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, with the trucking, we do lease. We currently have 9 trucks on the road, 53-footers as well as 26-footers to get into some smaller areas. When it comes to warehousing, our first warehouse was 30,000 square feet. We grew out of that, and we went to 60,000 square feet. And currently, our warehouse is 120,000 square feet. Like you had said, we are distributors as well as importers. So we do a tremendous amount of import from China, Thailand, basically Central America. So we do a lot of import, and we bring that in. And the big issue really, again, is space, because half of our business is corrugated boxes for shipping, and corrugated boxes take up a tremendous amount of space. So it's all in the efficiency of how you run the business and manage it.
It seems what you said is getting salespeople is a bit of a challenge in the boxing industry, and I have to tell you, I hear that from every industry. And it seems to me that human capital, or getting people, especially in South Florida, maybe I think all over the place, we have the same problem in Philadelphia, is everyone's biggest challenge. How do you? And you said you have to keep their, I think the words were, wins in their sails, and that's, I like that. You got to keep them happy and keep them pumped up. What are some of the things you do to retain good people and keep them motivated so they have energy every day to go out and keep hustling and keep selling?
Great question. And what we do is, we really believe in our people, and that's why we could be in California right now, and the place doesn't skip a beat. So we have excellent management. But me and my business partner, Dan, we basically work with the salespeople. So we're like master managers, and we really help them in every facet of business. every day I'm on the road with a different salesperson, going to the accounts with them, and building up their confidence. So if you put someone on the road and they're just driving by themselves in 100-degree weather, knocking down doors, they're not going to enjoy it. But when you go out with the salespeople, they really seem to do well. And the customer or the purchase agent really respects the fact that I'm there with them, and being with them, I can decide on the spot anything that I would like to get done. So, with me or my partner being with the salespeople, we could give prices on the spot, and we could work with the customers really well.
So you have to be hands-on, and I always said, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, I'm curious to get your opinion. In order to be successful in business, you really have to micromanage and be involved in it in every level, especially down in the weeds, the small things, because the small things can grow real quickly, and it sounds like you're doing that.
Yeah, it is, but, the most important is putting good people around you, and the good people will stay with you if you show them the respect. And what I've seen, including myself, I've been through the experiences, when people aren't treating you right, when people aren't giving you, the right payments that they tell you they're going to give you, and it really affects wanting to work. So like we said, it takes the wind out of your sail, and, you're already looking for the next job. So, we want people that work for us to really enjoy what they do.
So
every day isn't a diamond, but that's our goal.
So Ross, the growth that you basically implied earlier when you said you started out in a 30,000 square foot warehouse and are now in 120,000 feet. That sounds amazing. How do you learn how to manage the growth, and what steps do you take as you grow as a company to sort of grow into that bigger space? I'm sure you need new, warehouse managers, coordinators of some sort, and people to help out that you delegate to in certain ways. How do you manage that, and how do you figure out how to do that on the fly?
It's basically been organic growth. We haven't, we've made some acquisitions in companies, but we don't really buy the companies. There are situations where companies are not doing well, and the salespeople from that company, they can't afford to buy their products, so we take them in, which works out very well for us. In terms of growth, we've gotten, like we said, the bigger locations. We started in 30, now 60, now 120,000 square feet. And we've done a huge project with racking. The racking in particular has really added 30 to 40% of space in the warehouse. So that makes us efficient. As well, we made sure when we got our building to not only have a big building, but have a big yard. So I have a 7-acre yard that I have anywhere from 40 to 50 trucks of all different products stored in them, for any given day. So that helps us our efficiency.
Big number, big square footage. What % of your expense do you spend on sales costs, personnel, or sales to make the to bring it drive the sale home?
Well, the sales are all based on commission. So that's the best part about working for our company is really sky's the limit. If you pick up the right account, you can make as much money as you dream to make.
Are you giving guys bases?
Yeah, well, what we do is we do draws. So, let's say somebody is bringing in a certain amount of revenues, whatever that revenue is, we'll give them a weekly paycheck basically every single week, and then we hope that they do more sales than what we're paying them. And then after the commissions, we end up hopefully writing everybody a nice check. So people get, a weekly salary every single week, as well as they get a check at the end of the month, hopefully.
Do you have ways where people can ramp up, I guess, how much they make in terms of the splits with more time, with the company and with certain metrics hit? And also, do you have incentives beyond that, like sales contests or trips that you give out to employees?
We've tried all that, but to manage that is literally very, very, very difficult because, some people, we've had a sales contest where people write up even fake accounts, just to try to win these things. So what we do is we motivate them by trying to get them out there, finding customers, finding new customers, And that's really the way that everybody gets paid at the company.
Ross, this is Jack, and I apologize to interrupt you. We only have like a minute and a half left. Ross, is there anything that I didn't cover that you want to tell people, young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are starting a business today?
What I would say is that you just got to stay positive. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to work hard. And if you have a bad day, it doesn't mean that the world's over. You just have to have a great attitude. Attitude is basically everything in sales, and you got to work with people you like. I mean, most importantly, put around good people, and the money will come. They'll make money, and when they make money, the company makes money. So that's the number one thing I could say.
That's a good thing. Ross, what's the website address for Dependable Packaging Solutions? If anyone needs any packaging supplies, I'd like to give you a little plug.
That would be amazing. So the website is www.buy, which is B-U-Y, Boy, Universe, Yes, and DPS. P is in dog, P is in Paul, S is in Sam.
And are you guys currently, do I want to say, if anyone is a great salesman, likes people, or saleswoman, I don't mean to discriminate there, a salesperson, are you guys hiring?
Very open-minded, absolutely. We talk to everybody. Anybody who's interested, 100% will sit down with me, and there's tons of opportunities. And I have certain people that work for me that just have one relationship. Let's say their family member works at Pepsi, and they have an in, so they'll come to me, discuss the opportunity with me. They might have one account, but it's like an annuity because it could put $2,000 to $3,000 plus in their pocket every month, and that's aside from all their other businesses.
Gotcha. So in other words, they could reach out and cover a territory or have a specific.
No, he's saying you don't even need to technically work for his company.
I understand. If you have an in, like I happen to have an in at the morgue, so we could do boxes for the morgue. No, I'm joking around with that. No, I understand. In other words, if I come with one client, in other words, if I can get Amazon or one big client, I could technically work for Ross.
That's right.
As long as I'm bringing in business.
And working for Ross is the best. I mean, he's such a great guy, so, you would want to do that. A little Ross in your life goes a long way.
Gotcha.
We've had a lot of fun together.
Ross, I really appreciate your time. I know you're busy in California. Thank you very much. We'll have to have you back on. Again, you're inspiring, and your story's inspiring. And sorry to cut this short, but
and the last thing that I would like to say is, and Todd knows a lot about it, is we're writing a tell-all book about life and and motivation and what I've been through as in my life. I have a mother who's obsessive. I have a father who side of the family that's ADD. So you put those two together, and you pretty much have like a toxic problem. And through all that, I've been able to fight through it and build one of the best businesses in South Florida, and we're going to the moon.
Dependable Packaging Solutions. Look them up online. Ross, thank you very much, and enjoy California.
Best of luck with everything, Ross. Thanks for coming.
We'll be back in two minutes.
For every Thursday. I'd be more than happy to talk to you.
Thanks, Ross. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
You guys are great.
Awesome.